So here we go. And as I go, I repeat the mantra, stay on the left, stay on the left, stay on the left. Am I on the left? Where am I? Am I on the left? Stay on the left. So I'm promised some cloud cover down at Doonbeg beach, and it does look as though we're getting into some clouds here. Little cloud overcast is best for photography, for landscape photography. One thing I will say, you can't choose your weather here in Ireland. Even if you think you know what it's going to do, it does something completely different and changes very quickly. And that's okay. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be out actually exploring a new neck of the woods. Okay, so I'm within 15 kilometers of Doonbeg. GPS says 14 minutes. I don't have the advantage of having a car in front of me at the moment to cue me, remind me where to drive. So we'll just do the best we can. The terrain has changed quite a bit, getting to be maybe 8 kilometers from Doonbeg, and everything is much flatter. There are fewer trees and fewer hills.
In 500 meters, turn left.
And I don't exactly know what it is that calls me to the ocean. This is my third trip out to the Atlantic Ocean since I've been here. And again, I could have just stayed home and driven to Gay Head. I guess the ocean does look a little bit different from this angle, from the west coast of Ireland,
Continue for 4 kilometers.
Looking west. And I'm wondering if this terrain that has flattened out is at all analogous to the vineyards outwash plains, Katama. It's very different than it is inland. Everything is new, at least on this road. I don't expect to find great surfing conditions, but I am curious to see the castle and to see the ocean. So I am somewhere around, well, I'm at Doonbeg Castle, and I just stopped in a restaurant and apologetically asked if I could use the toilet, and I apologized because I was not planning on buying anything, but they're so nice here. They're so nice. They couldn't care less whether I was buying something or not. I'm going to walk across the street to the Doonbeg Castle. And today I am going to keep it very simple. I've got my old standby, the 70-200 on my left hand, got the 24-70 in my right hand, and I've got the G7X for the video with the Joby. No more GoPro. That was a disaster. All right, off we go. We're going to see what we can see. We can see a castle, ruins of a castle, and we're going to go down to a surfing beach. I'm about maybe 45 minutes to an hour away from Ennis. Very nice drive. No problem at all. Okay, look at that. Look at that, there's the Doonbeg Castle. We're going to take some photos. And I think that the lad, said there was a way to get in here somehow. So we're gonna walk along. And we have some sort of a river here. And we've got palm trees. And that's the little village down that way. So the river is running towards the right, which I think must be towards the ocean. Rivers run towards the sea, right? And here we are at Doonbeg Castle, or what remains of Doonbeg Castle. So I'm going to take a little walk along this river, get another angle of the castle. It's a beautiful day. I don't need a hat. I do have my scarf. Just beautiful. I don't know what this river is called, but I'll find out. Okay, now we're going to go and find a surfing beach. So believe it or not, I'm down here at Doughmore Bay, and this is President Trump's hotel, Trump International. Apparently he has a hotel and a golf course here. He, as the story was told to me, he rescued this place from bankruptcy and provided about 500 people jobs. So I'm coming up to the beach at Doughmore Bay. I can hear the waves. It's gotten a little misty. I do not see any cars with surf racks, so I don't think we're going to find any surfers here. But I'm happy to be exploring and doing some research and development here. I think I said this last time I was here. I should probably plan on spending a month here. This is part of Trump's hotel. Okay, headed down to the beach. I do see some waves. What quality they are remains to be seen. Okay, so here I am at Doughmore Bay, and it's quite beautiful. There are a lot of waves, not exactly the right kind for surfing, but I can see that this would be a great place to surf if the conditions were right, if the wind and the swell were in the right directions. Just lovely here. How's everybody?
Hello, how are you?
Hi. Such friendly people. I love it. Today. So I'm going to take a little walk, do a little exploring. So I'm happy to revert to the equipment I understand and know and I'm familiar with. Yesterday was a disaster. No more GoPro. The GoPro's dead. GoPro is dead. I killed it. Now I'm going to be lugging around a dead GoPro for the rest of the trip. Or at least in my suitcase. Ah, look at this place. Look at this place. So if you were going to surf here, I guess you'd have to get out past these rocks and past these slabs, right? Look at this. Just beautiful. It's a Saturday, so there are people here on the beach. Look at this. I see lots of hills and dunes off in the distance. Very, very misty with some sun trying to shine through the clouds here. I'd say it was beyond an opaque filter. We've gone beyond that. We've gone to full-fledged mist. So I don't know how much my camera's going to pick up, especially the 70 to 200 because of the mist. But we're going to keep walking. All right. So as I come down around the bend here, it looks like this rocky section comes to an end and opens up to a bay. So maybe this is sort of a point break, maybe a couple of different point breaks. And it looks a little more sandy. It's certainly the place I would want to paddle out from rather than those rocks. I think it's safe to say that it's low tide right now. And again, I ask myself, what is it about the ocean? What is it about the Atlantic Ocean? You know, I live on the Atlantic Ocean. I live on an island in the Atlantic Ocean. And yet, I come to Ireland and here I am, seeking out the Atlantic Ocean. Very, very misty.
Are you getting wonderful photos?
Sorry?
Are you getting wonderful photos?
Well, it's a little misty.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm making a little video.
Oh, are you? Oh,
Yes.
how lovely.
Yes. How are you? Do you live nearby or are you visiting?
No, we just happened to be in the area for the day.
Oh,
and
good.
We said we'd come to the
I was looking for President Trump, but I guess he's not in.
No. He's hiding in his room. You know how shy he is?
Oh.
Had you forgotten? And are you on holidays?
I'm here for 2 weeks.
Lovely.
I'm from Massachusetts.
Lovely.
And the funny thing is I live on Martha's Vineyard Island on the Atlantic.
Yeah.
And when I'm here, all I do is walk the Atlantic. I could have saved myself a trip and just stayed home.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
seeing
but-
it from the other side now.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
The
And
surf is great here.
I'm a musician, so I come over to play music and take
Oh,
photos.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah. So good to see you. I'm going to
Yes.
walk a little bit more. They bring horses here.
Yes, they do. Yeah, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
I'm an old surfer too.
You surfed?
Yeah,
Yeah. And would you go out in that?
I'm not going to go out in that.
No, but would you have in the day?
No.
No.
Look, I'd be the only one out there.
Yes.
These are not proper waves for surfing.
And there's no lifeguards around.
No, and these aren't proper waves. They're the wind and the swell are all in the wrong
It's a
direction.
dangerous bay anyway.
Yep. Yep. All right.
Okay.
Enjoy your holiday.
You too.
Lovely to chat to you.
You too. All right. Well, those were lovely people. I don't know if I got any of that footage or not, but that was fun. So this has been beautiful. I wish I had more time here. Seems to always be my problem. I'm definitely coming back here, or back to this area anyway. Hopefully I'll find some favorable waves for surfing. I'll find some surfers, and it will give me a reason for having brought my 600 millimeter lens. I've got a 600 millimeter lens I haven't used yet. I've got a dead GoPro. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so off I go. Headed back to Ennis, where I'm going to meet up with Joe and Adele, and we're going to have some good tunes. All right. Lovely walk. And again, I just can't say enough about how wonderful and friendly people are here. Willing to say hello, willing to get into a conversation. Love it. It was a misty, moisty morning. Misty, moisty afternoon. Well, this is a trip I was glad that I took. Haven't even yet finished my first week here, so the day is still young. This is the first sandy beach I've seen here in Ireland, and I understand that Spanish Point is a sandy beach also. I did manage to find a limpet shell that I put in my pocket. Hope I'm not breaking the law. I'm going to take one last parting shot here. One last sweep.